Hello blended folks, welcome and welcome back. This is Gnomes and this is another day starting the week today. Weekdays is my normal time to be on. What is happening to the connection? I don't see myself there, my screen, but it probably has started. Let's see if everything is right. Yeah, so YouTube is delaying these things. This confused me. Sorry, folks. Let's see here. I guess connection is good. Yes, okay. So, today I'm going to continue the mount rigging of Aisha, this original character. I've made this pose here just to see in which extent, in which level I am in this process. There are still, of course, a lot of things to do. I would have liked to have made some offline progress. I did, but not as much as I wanted. I was doing some more highlights, and therefore today is not gonna be super big, right? Just some retakes, whichever small things I can do here. And so for some reason I'm not being able to reset those things. What is happening? This is super odd. It's like the rest positions. Oh, there are some bones that, okay, some, because I'm still building the rig, there are things that I'm not familiar yet with, and things I'm rebuilding, but basically, so, alright, so I have these bones here, which are these arrows here. They are actually, I was trying to make them automate. Yeah, this is a, yeah, okay. So basically, here a interesting thing. Let's go back here. The interesting thing is that these are widgets which are using the override transform. So this is an excellent moment to present this as a highlight. So folks, here I have some bones that have interesting feature. There's not much explanation about this, but it can be sometimes very interesting. So these bones, they are master bones of the top arcade and bottom arcade in some sense. And so what happens is that, hold on, let's just show this wire here so you can see what's happening inside. So basically, except that this bone here, it is not here actually. This bone is using a custom shape, that is this single arrow. This is an empty object, right? Just change the name. Then it is actually, if I reset this, I have a shortcut for that, but anyways, you would Control 4. I've overridden that thing. Anyway, it will be here, right? Shapes. So actually those bones, they are here and here respectively, here and here. So, but it's not just that I moved their widgets like manually. No, well actually I did. So what I mean is that they are taking the place of override transform property of other bones which are here. So let's simplify this. So I have a melt rig where these bones are, so these are more important. Then we have the arcades, which are something more structural. We can pose this. For example, this one would be the parent of all that, of the lower of these tip bones there for the arcades. But actually this bone is not parent to this bone. nor bone constraint to it. Is the opposite. This bone, it is the one that is the child of this one. You can check here by the relation, also by parent map pivot arcade top, which is this one. So same for the must be on pause mode. Same for this one. It is map pivot arcade bot. It is here bottom, right? And this is parented to it. So by overriding this, using this override transform, sometimes this causes problem, right? I still had to displace it, but basically, you see. Oh no, these are, sorry folks, this is just scale. I was wrong. I thought that because I have made some tests before. Okay, so no, you see, don't need to translate anything. It's just exactly as it is. So I just changed the scales and put this override thing. Otherwise, it will stack there. So I'm using the position here so that I can totally hide this thing usually. And I can just rotate this even though they were there originally, right? So, and they are still there. This is just a representation, but this representation has interesting features. So this is a very interesting setup. I don't know many other examples where this is useful, but certainly there would be hundreds and hundreds of possibilities. So this is quite interesting and not very common. So override transform in custom shape panel, viewport display for panel for bone properties on pose mode. Widget stuff, custom shape stuff. That's it, folks. Oh, by the way, if we just want to see what happens there, yeah, just. Yeah, so they follow, and I can displace, right? But this is not really, you see what is happening? Interesting, right? It's just, it looks like it is moving, but it is just, right? It is not rotating more upward because this bone has a limit rotation, otherwise it could go, yeah. So I don't know the extent of how this works, but what is if this is constrained in, if this bone is constrained in one or other way. But this is an interesting thing that we can have to have better control rig. Alright folks, so now let's continue here. Just presenting this, and let's go back to the character. Okay, I have posed the eyes, so let's change this also. Let's reset those, and I think that's it, so no need anything else here. Alright, I have a list of tasks that I need to do, and that okay, so but I'm about to do stuff for the mouth. So yeah, this I have already started. So this is ongoing process, right? Arcades I've recovered. It was wave painted, so it's already working even, but it needs more retakes later. But essentially they are already there, which is good. Then the big topic here is the smoothing of the universal sonic mouth rig set up in this character. So basically I need to work on the mesh a lot in order to allow this setup to work properly, and apparently it will be necessary for me to make some readjustments on the character design at this point, because what I want to do, I want to really smooth out this. I want to maintain low poly, and also let's resume here let's lock this atomic shape key. Let's just play on the basis for now, because we're gonna edit the mesh. So I want two things. I want to readapt the character to the model sheet a little better, right? Rotate and start to get just a bit more regular geometry in the sense of smoothness. But in the end, I will still require to have the character design sharp enough. So this is challenging because yeah, I've made an experiment with the Universal Sonic Melt rig in which the proof of concept suggested to me that something that I wasn't so sure, a bit confusing topic, is that something about the shape keys don't really work after certain modifiers and armature deform, I don't know, at least modifiers. And so this is very curious because I thought that they would bypass the modifier or something like that. So my proof of concept ended up quite, I cannot explain what happened. So I still don't understand. I would need to take notes of whichever was ongoing process. This was with the idea of these anatomic leaps, and the idea is that I was trying to make a planification of the face, or creating a geometry that is very different from the character design, but then because of the shrink wrapping on the ghost face, ghost muzzle, or the dummy model, as Kamal says about the Universal Sonic Melt rig, so the wireframe mesh target for those features, right? For the face, for the shrink wrapping features. So here I'm probably losing lots of stuff here, but the important thing, so yes, so this shrink wrapping thing, the modifier, it sort of affects the shape key. It's bizarre. Yeah, really, I cannot. I have to revise if I want to have any chance to understand what is going on, to revise this thing. So sorry, I was not in condition to explain this. Anyways, the experiment was interesting. Yeah, I recorded it, so maybe by watching that it will be clear. It didn't work because I had these unexpected behaviors. Alright, so here I was talking about smoothing out the shapes, right? So there would be big problems with these these lines don't seem to be correct. Okay, this is a wrong model sheet. It's not wrong, it's just I think yes, why I have this enabled? I did it wrong. So maybe I should. Now I need this for comparison, right? So problem is that they are too close, right? So let's do this to avoid other mistakes, or actually even put them below the guides so I don't risk doing mistakes like that. Yeah, okay, so here we can see better. It would be nicer if I had a better representation, but I need to, yeah, so this is my basic struggle with those UI with grease pencil. Anyways, let's continue here. Okay, it is much better. Let's try to match those shapes there. Yeah, so like, if you want my opinion about character making in 3D, really, I find usually on YouTube it's really hard to find good character, especially character designing. Like, even when the artist then tries to make some simple cool character design, like using some very simple styles, or not simple, but some very mainstream styles, like anime stuff like that, the results are just very poor taste in regarding the the quality of the originality. There are very few, it's not very common to see good artists doing like modeling stuff, being original in what they do. So this is my opinion. So so look at the amount of time I'm spending on this thing. Like, anyone really could say, oh, this is a waste of time, this is perfectionism, this is garbage. You could do this with Sculpt. Yeah, maybe Sculpt would be better, but I just can't. With Sculpt, I just don't have the precision. Maybe it could be useful on some app, in something I want to learn, but it's not about sculpting, folks. It's about certain precisions that you really need to take. It's already difficult in 2D to get the shape right, or a style right. You need to, although this character I draw really fast and I get excellent results in 2D, but I'm an artist, 2D artist for more than 20 years, so for me it's no problem drawing. But 3D is another story. 3D modeling is slow, sculpting maybe is also slow. I don't know about sculpting, but yeah, I've heard about, first times I was learning about 3D, how that works. Well, it's very slow. Maybe 3D animation is not that slow. 3D simulations, yeah, whatever. You name it. Everything in 3D is slow, usually without some progress in the field. And certainly there are good stuff that can be readied, right? Scenery, cool perspective, but usually, right? Yeah, cannot generalize, especially not today. But yeah, so I was mentioning about this thing of the stylization. So very difficult to find people working on original characters, especially on tutorials. Usually because really to get the good shapes, usually it really requires a lot of attention. So either the artist is specialist on that design, or either the design is not so difficult to achieve, or the artist is good at doing this stuff for that particular case. I don't know, maybe there is something about perfectionism that I can avoid, or maybe just it's impossible to get in 3D the real shapes, if you know what I mean. So that's why it might not worth the time to to spend just work right here, which I think in many cases it could be right. In my case, I know by experience it's not right, because as I've kept developing these models and trying to adapt the model sheet, I've started to understand that, oh, I can actually do better than what I was used to do. But that usually requires certain steps, certain approaches, even some know-how. But it's not just process, it's not just the workflow, it's also about the understanding of the 3D shapes. What will work, what will not for certain character designs in, or at least the character design we are working in the 3D. So it's about this self-discovery and of the particular style and or a genre. And so this is I think this is what is lacking in a lot of works out there, that people just don't go deep enough into the quality of the character design. So it just or do just like I'm polishing, but this is this not, as I'm talking here, this is sort of a blind polishing. It's not good polishing. So it's not about polishing, actually, it's more about character design. So this is this is another problem, right? Because I can try to keep polishing, but it's not about polishing, right? Or simply polishing. No, you're really because as you polish, you're probably destroying some attempts of the character design. So it's much more complicated than that. So that's yeah, somewhat philosophical about the arts, but that is part of the reality. It doesn't need to be expressed in words, but it can. So why not? Partially, right? All right, so now the shapes are being disrupted, you see, despite my efforts there, because there is a shrink wrap, right? So I need to, yeah, so here is what I've done, right, so far in this attempt. So I was readapting some things that I have, some progress which I've lost because of the mouth rigging, right? So this is a circumstance in which I'm tempted to add a few more face loops, maybe at the same time. Sometimes I want to just take off waves, take off some like here, for example. I believe that this is not creating the mouth corner that I want, so, and I need to do something about that, of course. And so maybe I could make another face loop, because this face is too large. So indeed, let's do this. We had a face loop here, another face loop there, and here I'll have to see what I do with this. Just join Shift 3. All right, let's approximate this to there. Maybe this will not be a, yeah, it is more likely to become a problem. Yeah, because of this, I cannot just do this joining here. This will cause a strange interaction here. So this is not a favorable face loop for... Yeah, so in this case, let's see if I can recover that. Yeah, I cannot. Yeah, I can actually just do so. It is possible that I can still do that, right? So this might be okay. Maybe this will be good for the deforms indeed. So just added this, and then I can try to reapproximate these faces here, right? This how to say this? Yeah, we take a little this. Here it's like I would like to bevel this thing, but actually it's just a redistribution. So yeah, move this here. So let's spread this. So this is going to the side, right? The side has this angle, so I need to try to respect that. Here I've lost the... This probably... Yeah, I'm gonna rejoin this because okay, we need this face loop working, especially this one. I've noticed that so you have one extra face loop. I think this will be nice, especially for maybe for not so much for shapes, but for the smoothness. It is likely that here we can do something about the amount of geometry here. Then yeah, I want to bring this more to the side now. These redistributions of spread this nose patch there, nose bridge, and don't I have the soundtrack? Let's place it. Not this. Let's go back. Okay, here. So this face, maybe we should take off the... Okay, flat works. Or doesn't... No, I need this, and I just... This shading is very bad, right? Is it because of the texture? No, it's not because of the texture. Something about the normals, or some mesh data, right, that goes. It's really annoying. No, it's not about this. So alright, then let's use this. It will be better. Okay, probably don't need to be looking at this right now. Can probably smooth those a little. Yeah, so here I was right in having this extra. Okay, this connection is not good. I don't want this. There's something about the melt interior that I've made lately. There is an option to make the melt interior as a separate mesh, and there are reasons to believe, this is how I've, in many iterations, I found that it was interesting. In the case of the Universal Sonic Melt Rig and many other melt rigs setups, the choice is to leave it connected to the mouth, to the face, and I'm not sure exactly all the advantages and disadvantages. So I left this connected now. Until I see a reason perhaps to not do that, to do in another way. So here my choice here for the melt, first I'll try to reduce this, right, then let's GG these ones. These ones already quite well centralized in my opinion. Yeah, this is a face. Alright, so about the curvature, this is something that maybe something broke in the process, so maybe it's too, I've lost a little, there's a tendency, I still am not sure why that happens. So by smoothing over and over again, there's a tendency that to have some. Let's do some sort of an inflation here, right, of the cheeks. So this is usually something that happens when I try to model this. So I have often to be very wary. I've learned that I needed to be attentions to this curvature there. It could be much worse. It's not that bad, but I think it lost some of the, yeah, probably lost some quality here. And this is the kind of thing that we only in certain angles it becomes more evident. So it's very interesting and hard problem for this character design. So maybe here I push this down. So there are various levels of subtleties that can happen in this whole region, and it's few details that can make the thing much better or much worse. Unfortunately, this is the character design I'm dealing with, and I can tell this is, if I can't do this, very few can, because it's my own character design, right? And so but I intend to keep going and keep learning with these characters in 3D, right? Eventually reach a level where I really understand what is missing when it is missing, what are the patterns that so it's a learning process, right? I know how to draw these characters in 2D, so I know very well how they should look, right? So this is why I know that this is not simple to reproduce otherwise. Like anime, like when you are doing some stuff that are mainstream, not very original, whatever you do, oh, this looks good, that's great, like and then it's like anything serves the purpose. For me, I just, for these characters, right, original, for me this is not possible to work like that. It needs to be perfect. Not perfect, it needs the quality, right? And if there is no quality, there is no reason to sustain this stuff. It was meant for this. Alright, so actually this style, how do I explain this? When they're drawing these characters, took me 10 years to develop the style as a 2D artist. About that, I started drawing, learning the basics, learning. Then after 10 years, I was not a good character. I was not a good designer, right? So that's why perhaps took me a lot of time. I wasn't very creative in experimental designs, and so I always do the same things over again, so it was boring. So it took me a lot of time to grow, but eventually as I started really to get bored about what I was doing, right, eventually I had to learn new things. So, and that was when things started to change, right? I was looking for other references, right, that would inspire me in another direction than what I was so used to do and not did super well, including that. And so then it took me a lot of time. Then, and when I reached that style in 2D, I'm talking about these character designs here, right? This took me 10 years of to reach that, and now I have to sort of relearn that in 3D. There's another adventure. Okay, what I'm doing, I need to, I have to re-export, not re-export, I need the reduplicate and separate and join the mesh of the ghost muzzle, which currently is that, but this is incorrect, so I'm going to just pick that mesh. I'm gonna delete all that, don't care about, because it is hindering my work here. So what I need to do here is get a vertex, attention with the search here. I think I have separation, yes. I've made this vertex group just for this. I guess it's that. Yeah, so Shift D, you see in the Universal Sonic Melt Rig, we don't want the lips. Shift D, ESC P selection, get this new object, control. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna make a highlight here, folks. So, but I'll have to redo this. Alright, so you see what happened there. So folks, this is a highlight regarding certain ghost mesh dummy models. This wireframe mesh here that is used as a target for shrink wrap bone constraint. This in this case is for the Universal Sonic Melt Rig setup, mount rigging, right? For cartoony characters, or it can also be used for realistic, so or other styles. So here I'm gonna show how to maintain this. Or when we retake the base mesh, the character, right, and we have to restructure this because either it was messed up or it is out of date. Yeah, it's very sensible. So let's say, yeah, so this is the muzzle region ghost for Aisha, this character. So I'm gonna, instead of deleting the object itself because it might have some bone constraints, mesh data, so no, I don't want to delete the object and have to remake everything. No, I just want to delete the mesh inside of edit mode here. So just delete, in this case, yeah, it's safe to delete everything. Then I'm going to also, because there's no there's nothing here interesting for now, so I'm gonna also delete all these vertex groups. If I don't, I might lock something and delete all unlocked groups, but in this case, I think it's safe. There's nothing of interest here. So I'm gonna go back to the body now. Let's hide this armature. Then I have even a vertex group here, just for this selection here. So this is not a, this is not even, yeah, this is wave paint is for just for selection. So actually I've placed this hide exclamation so I can just in case sort by name. Yeah, so now it goes to the top, so it says something at the top here, easy to find. So I can reuse this over and over again on edit mode just for having this retaking muzzle thing. So now that I have this selection, Shift D, ESC P, separate by selection, go back on object mode. Now you see that I have this 001. Don't lose this thing, need to be aware. It's a duplicate, right, of the body. Then body mesh object. Then I hold control in the outliner, select the ghost muzzle there, and see it's the active now. It's not shift. Shift is bad here. It's different behavior. You see now. You can totally ruin your project if you accidentally join the wrong object. So be very careful. So hold control. Always make sure that the active is high lit, right? This is the active. So we join in the last selection. No, not the last selection. We join in the one that is the active, which see it is shinier, brighter text, right? Control J on object mode or join, right? And there is no how do you say, adjust last operation region pop-up window for this, unfortunately. So that's another reason that we need to be extra careful about this operation. So here the mesh is back, a new mesh is back here for this. Of course, this is happening because of the mirror modifier, but so I need to retake this. I need to, let's just pick this. So it inherited all the mesh data already from the original. Some things here regarding the universal sonic melt rig is wrong. For example, the lip. So I'm gonna delete all those lips weird stuff here because this will cause problems. Mount, I think, I'm not sure if there's anything, but mount should be, I'm not sure what are those things. Maybe it's old, so yeah, so just delete whatever it's for the lips. We don't want to be, that rule is about dependency size. This is specific of the anatomic, the universal sonic melt rig. And also this is specific. I want to actually get this F there and F. So now these faces are, yeah, maybe we can make a better face loops there. So this is like, maybe this, yeah, this looks good. So maybe now what we can do here, maybe just an extrusion here and F here, F here. No, this ends badly. Oh, actually, okay, this can work. It's because I have in this case this connection here, so there's F, connect this, F, F. We don't see what, okay, now we see the faces. I'm going to pick all these things because I have edge creases here. So in this particular case I need to get them to this 0.3 generic value, right? So Shift E 0.3. This is annoying all the time, but these two, right? And here I would need some snapping, right? Because here I've sort of lost some quality, right? And also this is not looping properly, but you get the idea. Just get something here that is yeah, so what I could do here is really snap those vertices into the reference of the, also this needs to be shrink down, scale down, right, just by a little. There are many ways to do this. Either we scale this down, or either we scale the other face of the character up, or either I'll do later, or either we scale down one or scale up the other, but we when we use the shrink wrap, we shrink wrap with a certain extra distance shrink wrap muzzle, like this offset here. So you can offset outside surface, for example. This targets the ghost muzzle, the mesh that I was working with, the wireframe one, and then we offset from a certain approximation. Maybe if we scale down in 0.01, it will be 0.98 or 0.99, then we can use this. You got the idea, right? So like scale down 0.98, oops, not the body, right? That will be for this thing, right? And then we can reproduce that value. Here probably we'd like to scale on based on some targeting the 3D cursor in, for example, in between here, right? So scale 0.98. This is what I scale 0. Oh, it is. What is happening here? This is going crazy. Oh, this is because of this, of course. Hold on. Scale 0.98. Okay, folks, here. Oh, okay, it did scale down. Maybe it's just that the subdivision surface here is yeah, okay, ignore all that. There's something about the so the shrink wrap here. Um, so there's something odd that is happening that I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. Uh, so I need to, yeah, I just wanted to snap this stuff, but now I've reduced the so anyways, the important thing, even if it's not perfect, is that in the case of the body mesh, this is a hole in the mesh topology, while here the mouth must slide on top of this mesh, so this can't be a hole, that should be like that. So here really it's about smoothing and trying to, there'll be better ways, but I just messed up, and there's too much, it's too big, right? So that's why it's harder to align. There's too many faces also. All this makes it a little harder. I could also simplify this mesh topology, but you see, this seems to be good enough, right? With all the subdivisions, it's very important that the mesh that is used as a target for shrink wrapping, so proportional editing, it is important that it will be a very smooth mesh, provided it doesn't lag too much, right? So here, yeah, a few changes here won't be critical, but yeah, so you see it's very rounded, and now if I, so this can be good, but might want more than that. Here, this is wave painting, so the shrink wrapping vertex group probably, so not a vertex here, but the idea is that, folks. So this is how we can, the important thing is that this mesh now has inherited all the other settings, and we've deleted the vertex groups of the ellipse, right, which should be these deformed bones, yeah, all these depth warp stuff here. Alright. Alright, let's go back now. Time to put these bones in the right spot, right? Once again, right? So this is a retake that I was willing to do here. An attempt, I've already attempted it this many times, but it's looking weird. So you see, it's the subdivision, right? Something is odd about this. I'm missing probably something. Anyways, what I want to do here is to have lips on the rest position that are not so large. Yeah. yeah, many things I want to do. First, it's like this is a bevel, right? Imagine like a bevel. I'm gonna pull this closer to the center. This will bring, I'll bring here, and this I'll bring here, and this probably also, this is not good, right? Not proportional editing here. So you see there is some subdivision there that is not working. The idea here, we don't need this thing here. Let's try to do this so these face loops are better, right? And also for this I don't need these edge creases, so I can just do this. Just for this one, shift 0.3, okay. This can be dangerous because of the mirror modifier. It can clip, right? So apparently nothing clipped now. Oh, there was one clipped vertex there. Yeah, dead. Merge at last. There we go. Very dangerous scaling in the sides, like that one. Yeah. What is happening? This is a mouth model, right? Mirror modifier, see? It is clipped in the plane of symmetry because you have clipping and merge. And how do you get rid of that? Well, there would be probably different ways. The best way for me, although it's dirty, it's not perfect, but Control E, subdivide. So this is the one that clipped. I create a vertex anywhere that in the edge that is adjacent to it, or yeah. And so I'll just merge at last. So now this one jumps into the new position. Okay, this is a destruction of. This might not preserve all the features of the vertex mesh data, but because this merging, we created new vertex by a subdivision, so maybe there are some changes that in wave painting, I'm not sure. Maybe it doesn't affect, could be problematic for shape key, yeah, mesh data, right? But in principle, in many cases, this is, at least it got out of the clipping. So this clipping also often happens when we are using mirror modifier and we scale stuff like this, and see, already clipped and dead vertices. Those ones are goners. No, there will be other ways, but like delete the mirror modifier maybe, because even if you turn this off, this is not sufficient. And I've just deleted the mirror modifier, and even so, okay, so this is very bizarre, right? So, okay, apparently I can't even go back. Okay, here I can go back. Alright, folks, clipping nightmare. if there be a way to prevent the vertices to reach the corner, like a magnet, I don't know, they are not affected by bone constraints, right? Which kind of force on edit mode could affect them? Edit modes like binding pose state, like you can't do this kind of constraints in this mode. You can't even lock a vertex in place in Blender from edit mode. We can hide, yes, but hide won't prevent it to reach the center, right? So maybe I've seen some guy working on some tutorials, he was always skipping this, but then you just lose the facility. You have to be enabling it all over again. So yeah, so it's some workflowish things that are complicated, that need some improvement. Yeah, this lip is still too bad, right? So what I can do here, I think I'll push this back. So this bevel thing, I'll bring this one instead. Yeah, it's not a bevel, but I imagine this could be like thought as a bevel. This one actually, yeah. So let's bring this here. This is not so good because this is not making the okay. Yeah, now I'm sort of messed up the mesh, so I need to align this. Yeah, actually this is not so bad. So I'm just trying to align these faces here along the curvature. I could use the this will be much better to work with if I had some sort of masking thing, right? It's about time, right? Sometimes I'm just working and forget about the basics. So there are so many basics, right, in Blender, so this is very easy to forget some important workflow, because there's also a little problem about having so many options. Then we easily stick with one or other method that might not be the best one, right? So here maybe I should, yeah, these edge creases are very suspicious for this lips corner, so maybe this is not, it wasn't totally helping, if I remember well. So there was an idea about that, but okay, so now I need to remake this geometry to be, yeah, so in this case, now I can never totally align anything because there is a curvature to respect. Even the mouth here, the lips, but it doesn't mean I can't try to get as best as possible. So for example, here I could align this face with this. Yeah, so this is good. So let's do this trick there about the like 3D cursor. Then geometry, let's SZ0, yes. Align all this. Okay, this is good. Then we can also align all this. GZ, yeah, this is good. Good stuff. Yeah, so let's just simplify this. Then from this, I can start doing more, right? GZ, there we go. And now the curvature, right? Because this, oh no, this I was incorrect. It is flat, yes, it is that from the front view it is not, because of the mirror modifier, because of the angle, but actually it is flat, so this is my mistake. So actually this is the correct way. So what I want to do here is to first I'm gonna turn on the light here. I cannot see my keyboard, it's annoying. So I want to, you see there's very little space there. Because this needed to get closer, right? Okay. So this mesh is a bit messy, right? Let's also maybe smooth this. GG, this should help, right? Alright, so I want to... This is the bevel thing I was talking about, so... Yeah, I've lost the... I still have the 3D cursor, alright, so I can do this. Good, so... GG, so here it's simpler. GG, GG. Alright, so this time I'm making this yeah, the bevel idea is not super working here because yeah, so this face loop here will be the bevel thing. Alright, so I don't want to smooth this. These are the, so I want to smooth this perhaps, and that's it. It's because I need the geometry. If the geometry stays here, the universal Enigma read is like that, but I need more geometry because I need to create volume on the lips, and for that I need what's happening here? Oh, the mirror modifier. So this is what happens when we don't have mirror modifier on. So this is also a terrible thing. And here just snap here thing. Yeah. Lost some. Okay, here. Snapped, snapped back. Okay. Here I'm gonna do this totally sharp just to separate GG, and this also GG and GG. So I want this time to make the lips. There are a lot of mesh there, but this will be worked from the perspective of the. It's better to shape those lips if they are right, if they start from the face, the front face, and not all from here. This is nightmarish to edit or sculpt, you have to pull everything forward, like rounding up, so this is not very practical. It's confusing. You get sort of move them and they overlap. This at least you have a curvature, so this is why in this case here I've decided to make something like as if it were a bevel, right? So this is what I want to try out, and so that gives me maybe instead of 2 faces here, actually 3 faces, and then I have still this, and so this can be safer on the back. So this is what I'm trying to do. So right now let's GG this again, and this is good distribution. Another thing to do is perhaps we can even add here some I was doing something like that to differentiate between the lips layering, so it will be much easier to visualize it. So something like, you know, lipstick, and then I do this, and so this is a double thing, but I can assign, yeah, let's use assign here, except that we can maybe change this color. Maybe you can make something very different just to, and also change here the viewport display, so now we can really visualize what's going on. We can also perhaps do this for the first. I hope this is, yeah, this probably can be confusing, so let's just leave it like that. I don't want to create another material just for that. If we look on the, yeah, so here this will be, yeah, here doesn't help. For matte cap, yeah, we have some possibility there. Alright, so let's go return on flat, and now I want to work, yeah, my 1 hour has gone, but I want to continue a little more. So what I'm going to do, I know this is technically incorrect, but the idea is that I want to shrink the lip. I'm having a hard time shrinking the lips, the purse thing, although they say a simple shape key can do that. I wasn't able to, not with this, I don't know. So I'm going to reduce this, right? Here this doesn't work, so this is annoying. It's the only one that won't work for this. So here I think I'll just bring, yeah, can try this, but then I lost the alignment there. Let's do here. Okay, so this already is a big change to this. Oh, this is a lip smash. I was confused. I thought it was the... No, don't clip that. Okay, so we want that indeed, and GG maybe. And smooth. Okay, and also they don't seem to be very aligned, although, because there's a difference in their positioning. Yeah, it's not super abnormal, but I want to approximate just. Sorry, GG. Okay, let's do this. GG. Okay, I'm exaggerating. This doesn't need to be, yeah, very, it's not very noticeable anyway. So save here. Let's try to, you see the lips here that I have now are much more I've reduced this, it's narrower. So this is something this I hope will help me getting the purse shape key, but now I need to work on the bones, and also this mesh was not changed for the ghost, so this is interesting to note. So I don't need to resend this to the ghost muzzle, right? So this is an interesting point. Here I've displaced some, yeah, so this is ugly. I need to try to, so that could be some retakes for the ghost muzzle indeed. So bad news, but I think it can survive. Yeah, you see I keep editing, so it's very difficult to do this without having to make those retakes over and over again. So I prefer to have an automation system for that. Anyways, the way the face here is flat, yeah, this is probably an incorrect. It was, I don't know what happened here, if this is too far away, it is protruding or retruding both, right? I think the lower part is retracted a little too much, right? So probably wouldn't be a bad idea to try to bring this like just a little more like that. Yeah, try to align this. Okay, let's leave like that. Now let's go for the bones, because we have some mission here which is about the armature. Where's the armature? It's here. So I need to reposition these bones. So I'm gonna use this time, yeah, the lips. So this I'm gonna use this these positions, yeah. And these orientations, why I'm using these orientations? They are so bad for the idea, right? This position is bad. Let's instead use this so that the bone, after I can change that, but at least here we can have a simple visualization, right? Let's not make this selectable. Okay, let's make this, the lower, a little bigger. Right, then we go here. Yeah, let's do for this one. Lip bot left, and here there. And now we're gonna do here. There we go. So why should I keep these orientations? Alright, so maybe I can scale them the other direction reset roles. Yes, okay, let's leave like that. And now maybe they have some shrink wrap bone constraints that I need to revert. Now they themselves, instead they go to their respective. So what I'm going to do, create a Shift D here, make this larger, scale down, so this will be the bottom. So I'm gonna this time change these colors. I'm gonna make, which colors I'm using even here, so red and yeah, these are just deformed balls, so red for the bottom and orange for the top. Alright, and then for the more important ones, I'll just make them bigger, right? So not bigger, I'm just gonna make them more elongated, right? Yeah, so these ones are the corner, they can stay like that. Okay, so this seems adequate. Then I'm gonna rename this B find and replace. So instead of corner, I'm gonna call corner bot. And also this one, corner top. And these ones, strip characters, all that. Alright. Now I need to wave paint, so I'm going to, in this case, I'm just gonna duplicate the waves here. So this needs to have a duplicate vertex group. Lip corner bot left. Okay, so just gonna call it actually the duplicate here, which is another bone. I'm gonna call it lip corner bot left, no copy. And why this Dex warp is an old name, right? So some still are named like Dex, right? So let's change this. Control F2, find replace Dex to def. This was a way to differentiate, because I was dealing in another experimental file with different rigs setups in the mouth, so I have different lips setups, and so I needed to find a way to call the lips different names. So Dex instead of def would help a little. Okay, so now these are deformed, they deform together. So in this case, this is peculiar. Alright, so I leave the parenting as it is, the same, but I'm going to probably have to, yeah, I don't have the setup here. So let's bring this to it. Yeah, so copy transforms will be the first. So this is the copy transforms to the copy transforms. It will be lip corner stack. So basically we want local space with orientation, local with parent, no, just local, yeah, local with parent, whatever. And before original, I think that should work. I'm not sure, but if that will be do what I need, but I need to look for the parent of these bones. Ah, this doesn't move. I hate that. It is locked by this. I don't know when that happens, but anyways, tweak map lip corner. Okay, so I need to. So this technically doesn't need that. We are going to oh yeah, it gets the parent. No, we don't want local with parent, so it's just local space. And yeah, so now I have the setup. Then I can differentiate a little their wave painting, right? Of course, the positioning now of this bone is very bad. So I'm going to first I'm gonna change these colors again. Yeah, I'll have a controller for top and bottom probably. Is that correct? Yeah, so they'll be like tweak bones, right? So we just get them some. So bottom will have. Now this is not good. Although I have other bones which can be confusing, right? But okay, let's leave that. Then let's invert all these positionings. Scale on the opposite. Alt R, reset roles. Then I want. Okay, these all the botany are larger. Then I want. Yeah, so this is following a good idea already. So I just need to change them. Okay, let's disable their shrink wrap, and also let's reposition them now correctly. So for now I can just copy this Yeah, alright, let's leave like that. They are too close, right? So this is annoying. I just want them to differentiate, because although they won't appear at the same time, right? The different bones will never appear actually, but it's good that I can differentiate them already from here. Alright, so this seems to be good. Then let's see if I can toggle those yeah, the shrink wrap already starts going crazy, so why is that so? Probably is that, oh, it's the mesh that I've made. Yeah, there is this distancing, right? So, well, let's do that thing again, right, folks? Because I'm unsure here what could be the cause of this. I'm just going to re-enable that, delete this mesh, then select here the separation, Shift D, P, selection, join this into the muzzle, no, join this into here. Then I'm going to body on this. Let's see, is this correct? The body goes there, that's right. This goes there. Okay, something is happening to the body. It's the shrink wrap, of course. Interesting. This is not correct, right? But anyways, here let's go back to the ghost muzzle. Right. Before I do anything here, let's snap those faces properly this time. So I can pick this, and this, snap to face project, include non-edited individual origins, try to not get into the mouth hole, right? Instead here, alright. Shift is 0.3. Forgot those ones. This I think will be solved by the the subdivision surface itself. And here I can maybe GG. Yeah, this is fine. This looks bad. So let's try to. No, maybe that will work. So I just need expand these subdivisions. This what is happening there? It's the again. It's that vertex group for shrink wrapping, I guess. So shrink wrap muzzle. Well, it's some. Let's see. Oh, it's some leap. Yeah, so I need to delete those things, of course. So leap. Dangerous thing, that's right. But no, didn't solve, so I was wrong. So might be just this shrink wrap thing then. No, this is not the. This is useless here. A lot of things here are completely, yeah. Wait, what was that? Spine, yeah, rogue waves. Didn't know that. Nose bridge, no. No, there's no. Yeah, I basically need to lock stuff that we need for real. Toes, thigh, elbow, big toe, eyelid. These are not touching. Eyelash, no. Eye hole, maybe some eye hole here. Yeah, so maybe there's. Yeah, so the eye holes could be relevant. cheekbones. This is old stuff. Yeah, these are stuff I need to delete. Okay, good practice here is to know which are the, but I still couldn't find what's going on there. Ah, shape key. Yeah, should have known. Alright, so but there's a strange thing that the head had no influence on this. So I'm gonna change this reality here. Head, bone, let's delete those stuff before I forget. Spine, rogue waves there, yeah. Dendrils, neck. Oh no, this is normal. The neck having some waves there, so it's not. Ah, this is wrong. Alright, spine tree. So yes, what else? I remember, yes, I needed to few things here first. Deform bones of the lips. Yeah, just that one that wasn't symmetrized. Now it has its own vertex group, which is at the very end. There we go. So sort by name again. Need to a good thing to make some organization here before I go. Folks, there is something about wave painting and vertex groups, deform bones vertex groups, that is pretty annoying, that we sometimes there is something we can do about, even though if the UI of Blender is still work in progress regarding this, like vertex group collections and stuff like that. So managing this is very difficult, especially when you have a long list. So one strategy that I found that I'm not totally using here, but I should at this point, and so I'm gonna make some changes, not to the vertex groups directly, this will destroy the connection, it's recoverable, but no, I'm going to go for the deformed bones of the whole rig, and because this will create the vertex groups. And so I'm gonna decide that for the head, I already have something like that for the objects mesh, like it's not super clean here, but I'm making this better over time. So basically I define that the head is 1. That means whichever thing is on the head is 1, is a, because there's no then the torso would be 2, the legs or the arms will be 3 or 4, maybe hand is 4, and yeah, we may include the feet as, yeah, but we can make a subdivision, right? Then /1/2, or use letters instead, like, but letters are a bit are harder to read in, so not that this is better to read, so instead of slash maybe hyphen. So anyways, that would mean that for all these bones in the face, which would be deformed bones, yeah, so here I don't have all of them, but because this will change the, oh, actually these for the hair are not relevant, since, yeah, so I have a problem here. So let's get, because they are from another mesh object, so it doesn't matter. These eyebrows also for another, so these I know are 4, these 2, these 2, these 2, alright. So we'll have to do something like that, so it'd be not super good, but that will be these are control bones, just checking. Okay, then they are usually my deformed bones, at least they are organized in the colors, so it's not possible to, okay, there's also the head bone. Okay, so all these bones that are showing here for the head, I will just make a massive selection of color for the red, then I think for the orange, if I find any, select group, extend, yeah, need to use this, right? So extend, this seems to have worked. Here I think I have more. Is there anything missing? Alright, this is terrible. Okay, so then Control F2, B for bones, it's already there, but right. Then find and replace, no, not this, we want def to change to def. Well, then we can have hyphen def1, and for now just def1, yeah, def for def1, then we can, right? So now if I go back in my, also let's do for the head bone, right? So this one will change manually here. So only doing this already sort by name. So now I know that anything that is below that are def, I have still mod here. Anything that is the top already start with the, right, with the head, so that's good. So another thing is that the main bone I can put at the top. So for example, I could do this either A, or this 11 can be complicated, so that's why slash, I don't know what could be better here, so it's all hard to hit. This is bad, right? So This is why I've thought maybe this actually like that. Sort by name. Well, okay, because all the others, yeah, exactly, that is not good. We need to turn this off, so let's do this. At least I know what it is. And so Control F2, replace. So now replace def1, or there can just be -1 from -1 slash 1. So actually for things of the eyes we could say 1, and things for the jaw and upper face is 1 and lower face. So here we'll have to do this manually. At least it's easier now. And then we can make more differentiation, but I think this will be already a game changer here compared to where I was. So here I'm gonna change this to 1, 2. Actually they are already called 1, so just do this, or simplifying here. Alright, and then as we go back here, sort by name. There we go. So the first is the head, then you have upper face, lower face, and then keep going. So the 2 for the torso. So you got the idea, right? So in the end, then we decide if we want the hands or the feet, the legs to be on the arms at the bottom part. Anyways, that is the highlight, folks. Okay, saving here. Next, what I can improve here for the okay, so I can already pose here, see, it's funny how this happens. It's some glitch. So, see, the universal zoning model is sort of already working, but there are with caveats, because there are a lot of things that wave painting, yeah, there are a lot of problems yet to solve. This well, after the changes I've made, incredibly, this is much better now. I don't really know what I've done too much, just made the lips a bit more. You see, the large lips is not too hard to shape, so shrinking the lips, I think it's much harder than enlarging them. So this is why I've made this preference. Maybe I'm wrong in relation to that, in some other aspects. Of course, you have the outside here, so you have a lot of problems. So this shrink wrapping, we need to check that. So they have the shrink wrap shrink wrap outside surface for now, yes. The result seems to be fine, but I need more. So we can make the volume lips here at this point, although I suspect that my My shape key here is ruined after the change I've made. Because this is a shape key, no, it's not completely ruined. So let's make some additions here. Just by smoothing should help. Yeah, I've made a lot of changes in the mesh, so this is like, probably I should be doing this again, but let's try to recover something just for fun here, for practice. But yeah, no, ideally we'd like to revise all this from scratch, because this, I just want to have a good shape for the moment. No case shape, I mean. So yeah, this is very chaotic. Here I can, this doesn't need to be regular anymore, right? Because this is not the base mesh, nor the rest position, so this is really smoothing all this stuff. Mission, right? GG. Start to see the sequence. Yeah, then the mirror modifier can totally ruin a shape key also. With the clipping thing, right? And the plane of symmetry. Let's do something clever here. Let's also move this away from the center of plane of symmetry. What is happening? This is... Oh yes, there are some vertices here that are... just don't want to go further. I got the idea. The corner is when the corner is messed up, it's like nightmarish. And I should probably just remake this shape key from sadly, right? Made too much additions on the basis shape key. But let's see now how... If I continue editing, of course I can save it, but it's just very, very dirty, right? Oh, if I did that, I can have some more control, but yeah, let's That's all. That doesn't solve because I cannot pose them from here, right? Or can I? Maybe I can, but it will not be the final state so of the shape key, so it won't be sufficient on its own. Alright, so in the end this is appealing enough. There's just this thing here that I believe I can do something. I think this is some corner thing. There it is. Things start to appear. Oh yes, it's just that, that's the sharp corner there. And for some reason it is yeah, it is going like crazy to the sides, right? While you should just try to align better. Alright, so here this does not help. Oh, there's some, I see this shape key is, so how do you solve that part? We want to, I think it's the, oh no, I was make additions on the bases because the anatomic shape key was locked. Okay, this is a nightmare. I'm going to save Ctrl-Shift-X here, which is dangerous, because not safe actually. I might be able to recover something on the other direction. So this is why now this is terrible. It was better before. It will work, but now it will work worse. So that shape key ended up tragical. I need to now think about the automation of these bones. Now I know that is their parenting. That will make the there is something here. Oh no, this parent thing only, right? Object mode only. Yeah, this doesn't work on pose mode, unfortunately. So unfortunately, so I was expecting perhaps to. Alright, so I don't want to unparent all this stuff. Actually, there's even more bones there. Wait, there are not so many bones, but then I have to reparent, right? So is there anything I can do to turn off the parenting? Ah, hold on, interesting. Perhaps I can do this, then do this. Let's see. Alright, so this is clean now, this is free now. Local location. No. Is it having bone constraint? No, it's disabled. Oh, this is not disabled. Okay, so okay, so no, this is not working. This doesn't change anything. Local bone location is set in local space. So no, this is, I don't know what that does. So let's just turn it on, inherit rotation and scale. Okay. So no, there's no way. I need to. Yeah, just pose manually then, whatever. Let's do that and hide the mesh. We will hide this, this, and this. But I would like to see where. Okay, there is a simple way to visualize that. There. So go on edit mode. We are having the shrink wrap. I think this is shrink wrapping madness, right? Yes, shrink wrapping madness. Strangely, they go. Ah, they are wrong targets. Ah, of course. So, alright. Outside surface 0. Okay, there's still something here that is bad, but here we could get just 0.01. Maybe that will be. yeah, just 0. Let's leave it like that. All right. This is because the scaling of the ghost mesh, I haven't changed this yet, so in principle let's use the 3D cursor and do this scale. It's not working totally, so it's not been working the way I wanted, so scale this. Yeah, this is very difficult. This scaling, it's like it needs to be, it displaces everything right there. There's no center for this scaling, or would there be? To the origin, that won't work. To here, yeah, this one is a little better, so yeah, so there is some way, but it's very complicated. Yeah, it doesn't sound very reliable. Another idea is to ignore the nose, but that can be, yeah, it could have advantages. The cheekbone not, but the nose bridge, and that maybe. Let's go back here because this was. I think I'm finding something. Oh, okay. Let's try center of geometry, although with the mirror modifier that can be wrong, right? Like no, well, to the, it will be somewhere like here, right? So then from this to 0, let's see if that makes sense. Yeah, sort of, but it's not good enough. I think this, because it got the nose, right, the tip of the nose well. Alright, so let's do this, except that I don't know how scale 0.98, no, scale 0.97, scale 0.95, scale 0.96. Alright, let's accept this one. Then I have here this subdivision. Let's keep it simple for now. Now looks like that we've got something, yeah, except here it's still got some. So actually I need to snap those bones into oh, of course. It cannot snap too. Try Alt S. Scaling sucks sometimes. Oh yes, the Alt S. Thanks. That's right. This shortcut, right? I remember. This is some scale, even thickness, shrink, flatten. Yes, that's right. I didn't remember this setup, right? So very nice. Welcome, Dumuzi. So now it's too late for this mesh. No, it's not too late. Let's recover that thing. Yeah, I'll do that next time because I would have to delete vertex groups. I'll have to. I'm gonna redo this, but I remember the Alt S thing. Hold on. There. Took the screenshot, so I'm gonna remember that anyways. Now take note. The name of this is scale. That rescale shrink. Yeah, so I think this is explained in the inverse sonic mouth rig. It's cited shrink, but it don't remember it says the operator, so it can be misleading also because there will be many meanings to shrink, right? But doesn't matter. You got the correct idea, so very nice. This is not something I was doing in the inverse sonic mouth rig because I found out it's not absolutely necessary because the shrink wrap will it just adapts, right? So either outside or inside the mesh it can go crazy, so I don't think it's exactly like physics, where cloth physics sometimes I've heard that you want to have the cloth much bigger than the object, so it will shrink into the body, cloth physics. But maybe shrink wrap has some, it might be something to do, but in my experiments with eyelids rig, usually if the eyelids is exactly like, you see this mesh here, it's exactly onto the eye surface, where is also the ghost mesh of the and it just works. Of course I'm trying to place the shrink wrap outside, right? So but for the mouth it's the same thing, it's out. We want so this idea of shrinking the ghost mesh is like, I don't know to which extent it is relevant. Maybe it's relevant for the technique he uses, the double combo of subdivision, shrink wrap, subdivision, shrink wrap. And actually my subdivision goes after the shrink wrap for other reasons. Maybe in some case it could be better the opposite. Let's see what's happening here. Well, here nothing happens because, yeah, little change here. But yeah, good that you mentioned that. Let's continue here and position this now. No, this and this, the armature and the armature and the ghost mesh. Yes, I cannot Control-H textured, okay, or solid. This is a shortcut I've made for this object, so it could be from the properties, right? So I can easily swap here. So now I can snap this I need this. Okay, let's pose, apply, selected as rest pose. Then let's go for the deformed bones. Alright, so we don't see what is happening on the mesh, unfortunately. Then let's get to the body. Oh, they still, yeah, I forgot to unparent. They were, no, not unparent. Yeah, they are parent indeed. So I needed to do this on, I did the wrong way, of course. This is, it was snapped here on, this is why the thing was not appearing. Now, okay. This, I don't remember this problem. Okay, face. Okay, this is seems relevant. So let's put this here. Zero, zero, fine. Actually, this is the 3D cursor. 0, 0. Alright. Finally. And now very small difference here. Of course, naturally there's these bone constraints are disabled. So this is the warp, def warp, tweak map, warp map structure, right? Basically the deformed bone is parented to its control bone, and it is also suffering, parent of set, it's also suffering copy transforms on pose spaces. Could be world space, but pose spaces is safer. It doesn't have interaction with the world. It's interact with the armature space, which is more like the character in itself. So if you rescale the stuff, the rig, it doesn't have, might still have problem, but much it's safer for scaling armature and stuff, character scaling. So here, and replace of course, but then we cannot pose it anymore. But now it is the control bone that can pose it. So now let's see. Let's hide this for a moment. Let's delete this. Hold right mouse button click. We see now that yeah, we don't need this. Yeah, the ellipse is still problematic. Some things there that need to be addressed, but in principle, this is already. No, it's a snapping, of course. Right, so we have a bit more freedom without too much terrible happenings, but of course, we need to continue working on all this. Because the expressions that I want, they are demanding, they come directly from 2D, and it's very, very hard. It's the hardest thing I ever tried to do in rigging, even with the inorganic rigging. From this, the closed mouth seems fine, but we see that probably with 12 armature deform we can't do much more than that. Right, it starts to get ugly. So this is a shape key. Would be a shape key alternative. I know some animators don't use bones for face or only shape keys. Yeah, there is this rig, right? Rig solutions for only shape keys, face expressions. I think it's very good, but the shape key has one little limitation. Well, many, but in principle it's very powerful. The bad thing about it is that we don't have this much freedom of posing, because you can't control the vertices unless you have some sort of control rig which interacts with the shape keys, right? So we can combine shape keys with armature deform, right? This is usually it's more versatile if we. I think it's more powerful if you use both techniques. So both shape keys and armature deform, because armature deform has the horrible nightmarish skinning artifacts that will occur. It's very hard to make good deforms, right? But the universal sonic melt rig gives some insight in, you see, in the possibilities. But then there is even the universal sonic melt rig use shape keys, right, to achieve certain, like the small mouth like thing, and also the no alt S here. So but interesting. But this scales down the lips. This is bad. For a moment I thought that would be a... Well, it is not actually, considering the design, it's not completely inaccurate. So I think I've just found something. I don't remember this explained in any tutorial, but we can scale the bones. So I get this approximation, even though, yes, the mouth is cartoonish, so it's sort of makes a little sense. So I'll keep this in mind. Pose mode, scale down. This can contribute for the purse lips. Yeah, so the shape keys, they don't give this freedom like you can do this tweak. So for a long time I thought that the ideal solution would be to have some combination, like but it's easy said and hardly done, right? Because anyways, so here we got, let's see, oh, I'm lacking a deform bone here, a control bone actually. Let's do something here. Shift, a tweak bone, right? So Shift D, scale that like here. So this will be the upper one. So we're gonna change these colors here. No, actually I did the inverse, right? So this is the... Okay, let's call this find replace corner to corner bot bones B, and so this find replace corner to corner top, and strip characters take off. All right, so now parenting, I want to, instead this will be parented to this, and this will keep its parent. Then here we're gonna, yeah, so this will be, yeah, we can reparent this. I think this is not a problem, they will follow anyway. So it's just that this one has bone constraint, so this one doesn't need the bone constraints, maybe, or else it would double. Yeah, could be dangerous, so it still might need the shrink wrapping if it separates. And now this one, it's a building of bones. So here we got this one, changing target. Wait, why? This target was always wrong. Why? Tweak, right? Tweak lip corner bot, tweak lip corner top. All right. These are something else. All right. No. Oh, there's another copy transform. What is this? This is an old one. I think this is not necessary. Oh yeah, the wrong bone constraint, right? Because it will follow by parenting. It is free. Like, it's not this one copy transforms. Okay, just change here. So now I move this, we can then split here, and these don't move, these don't move. All right, reset, and there it is. So I need to change the wave painting, of course. So right now they share places. Like if you have one vertex group that splits like in some sort of quantum physics, they are superposition. It's not a good example, but that's it's really like one vertex group moving, but as soon as they are matching the same place, but as soon as we transform them differently, then it spreads into. So now we need just to maybe symmetrize those things. Yeah, so re-symmetrize those bones, and now this should work for. Yeah. Yeah, since we are here, let's do this wave paint here. Alright, so here the mask would be required, otherwise it's very easy to mess this up, so we'll just maybe select this, just add yeah, this should be sufficient, maybe even more. Yeah, let's go back to here, select. So they are sharing the same waves, which is bad. So this will go for the top. I'm gonna so here these waves, I'll have to redo them anyways, so I don't really So this for the top, and we don't want the bottom influence, not too much at least. Yeah, maybe a little like that. And from the interior, very hard to see with all those junk here. Alright, then the other, no, without the mask, so this will be the bottom one. So here we can try to, yeah, I should have hidden some mask, even would have been better. Still can do. Ah, now it's better, right? Another story. So here, let's do this. Yeah, I'm missing the selection now, right? So anyways, this is for retakes later. Okay, so I'm going to blur just this, and I think that will be okay. Then we need the control bones now to the shrink wrapping. I think I need to no, it's just wave painting problem, I guess. Yeah, that's bad wave painting. Okay, let's try that. And so Yeah, this for wave painting totally needs some vertex groups for managing rings. This is just also because I'm adding this bone. Okay, so if I have this and this, I don't have nuts. Alright, so apparently I've lost some work there, but we're recovering from this. So I'm going to just smooth and shrink. No, this. Factor. Okay, let's try this and the mask doesn't do anything for the modifier. So here I just gonna blur this altered part. Here this will be very hard to wave paint, so just try to blur from here and that's it. This is a very small area, so this is narrow is very bad actually. I'm just simplifying stuff here to see the to already have this setup more or less working. Alright, so my idea with that was to have a bit more subtle control from the lip corner, exactly an area that is very sensitive to whichever thing. And I think it was in the end a good idea, but anyways I would still struggle with the character design things. And here is where this is something that in a rounder face like in the Sonic, maybe this is better. I can have so we can shape the problem as soon as I rotate, so this can be wave painting, but also the difficulty regarding the character design aspect. So for a while I wasn't thinking of using the shape keys for the Universal Sonic Mount rig, but now I've made up my mind because I've learned more, and so except for the anatomic lips, right? But I've made up my mind, and now I really want to have plenty of oh yeah, I need to fix this oh yeah, but then I have lost the no, wait, I was wrong. This confused me a lot. So yeah, I haven't destroyed the base. The base is still there. It is correct. This option, so the scope mode don't have this problem, I think. So it's just like appears on object mode, so you see this. So I need to recover this damaged mesh, right? So I'm gonna pick this. Actually, let's pick something like that just to be sure. Yeah, then if I'm not wrong, to correct this, I will have to, yeah, let's turn this off. So this is the basis. I think it is vertex blend propagate. So blend from shapes is easier. Apply selected vertex locations to all other shape keys. Yeah, selected vertex locations. All right. No, didn't work. Oh, it did work. Okay. So here now it is the. I hope there's no other mistake happening. This can be obscure, but here we go. There should be some, like in vertex group, there should be some selection of the, to know which vertex are changed without. Alright, so we can lock this. This is good. And now I have the anatomic shape key, which is kind of cool, but it is not, even though it's not completed. But then we have the volume lips. Yeah, so this, the corners here of the lips is a problem because of the subdivision surface modifier. So I'm even considering, yeah, so first I may really try to reduce this. This can help. Yeah, and then again this struggle with this, the mesh, but I'll try to reduce the suffering here. Just yeah, so maybe here in the, especially on the upper lip. That's why I've remade the frontal geometry for the lip, so it could be a little better to but I couldn't experience the results entirely because the shape key was already made, right? So here, let's bring this back. They will be easier to bring back. Yeah, so this part is very difficult, and smoothing here doesn't help. Alright, this seems to have been positive, and can also change here. I will maintain a different value here. go back on the basis. Now we don't want this deform. So this is always the problem, the deforms that expand too much. Here the wave painting here is bad. In the center, yeah, terrible thing going on here. So let's try to do something about this. Shift H, then I get, let's hide this mouse for a moment, then this, and yeah, let's just pick these ones. What's happening to the oh, there could be some rogue waves, right? Well, very bad to look at it now from this panel. So here, yeah, probably don't want this stuff here. Gonna revise that. Okay, but besides that, no apparent rogue waves from these lips bones, just so I want some smoothing here anyways. Yeah, so expand this maybe a little more. Yeah, so this top maybe will benefit from this wave here, and we're gonna do this. Right, the inner mouth, it's pretty annoying, so I'm not gonna bother it now with it now. And okay, this is much better, and here probably let's try to no. Yeah, that, then this one. Let's use these blended waves here for the center, but very slightly, just to have some interaction. And here we want stronger waves. Yeah. And then here, this is always, this part is a problem because it's too close to alright, let's consider this. Then can also expand here to try to blur this. And even more. I've lost the, okay, let's then do manually here. Not sure if this is safe. Right, then we have again these side problems. Here I can now made up my mind. Let's upgrade this. The war. Peace with wave painting a little. Yeah, so here for the side, this rotation is very critical, right? So this is difficult. So I'm not sure what can help here. So just reduce this, smooth this by a lot, and here, yeah, can smooth that by a lot. What matters here, let's see. Yeah, even if it doesn't have too much waves, it doesn't have strength to make the, if it has too much strength, it just destroys the, so it's like, and so it must deform more the corner and less, more this and less what is surrounding. Oh, okay, wave paint layering, folks. So it needs to be very, very accurate. So I'm going to, and even if it's accurate, it might not be enough, but on the setup that I'm building. So, and maybe this is a question just of shape keys and right, or even corrective shape keys. But so here the idea would be place strong waves in the more in the corner, upper corner in this case. Then this is a case of the wave paint mix, right? So here perhaps we get something stronger here, and then immediately from outside we start to eliminate the waves. So it's like must be something very carefully thought, apparently. And here some blurring should be positive. Yeah, so let's try again. Yeah, so we see we have something good about it, so it makes sense. Yeah, so it is plausible to have good results as this. So it's not like it was wrong to not give up on wave painting, right? So but this is really, really hard, because to find out that this was the solution, or at least one feasible solution, that's crazy, right? The amount of practice it takes and considerations, trial and error. So alright, so this here, I think this is because of this bone on the top that is just too crude here, right? So it should be instead maybe more waves here, and Yeah, something like that. Still not looking very good, so maybe it could be the top influence. Also doesn't seem to be the case, so maybe then it's the as a little detail, but these are the kind of stuff that will ruin the mouth rig for subtle expressions. So it's just, it needs to have, we need to prevent exactly those kind of tiny artifacts. They are not very reliable. So here I'll do the same idea. I'm gonna first reduce this by a lot, then I want to have the stronger waves on this. Yeah, need to expand here, but this expansion is bad. It expands. Oh no, it expands. It is hidden, the mesh, so it's safe. Okay. So here, let's give these waves here too. So then the idea mix will be about 700 on here. Yeah, a bit less than we try something like that, and then we can already shrink this to some lower value, and then the rest is really so here maybe this we can smooth out, not sure, but yeah, it's very, for some reason this looks a bit wrong, but alright, that's fine. Then from the interior, let's fix this. Take off these waves here, and maybe, yeah, let's take this too. Yeah, this is very dangerous. There we go. And then keep blurring here, and here this is the bottom, so this is safer, right? Good. Then as I pick this bone here, we can start to have something a little better there, and then this is, yeah, this is getting good. So wave painting here at the top, there's still some, but it's, yeah, this is getting nice. And the cool thing in the universal unique melody, you can easily shape angular lips, or, yeah, this is bad, still happening this rate. And I don't know where it comes from. Maybe it's the upper lip here. No. this expansion doesn't seem very nice, right? Here I think it's okay. Maybe this is the culprit. Too much influence of the side here on this area. Yes, indeed. So also let's do the same thing and reduce this influence, maybe even this one. And do this. Alright, then we have this, then almost done here. This one, let's take off the middle, this, I don't know, just to give some more freedom to the yeah, this is valid, but just making sure we don't have that much here. Can have more to the bottom, yes. Just a little to the sides here, that's okay, that seems nice. And then now this is the what we need to work with, and here on the corner, this one seems to be favorable. On that seems to be let's turn this off so we can then probably some other things are the shape keys that are going crazy there. The unique shape key, right? So now there's some okay, but we're getting quite a lot of expression possibilities right now with the slips, so this is starting to become good. Control X, Control X, not Shift X. Shift X is what? Pose mirror. No, this is Control X. All right. So this will be, let's say, how this is will help. Yeah, it's not as a shape key for right ahead making good facial expressions, but it's kind of doing part of the job already. And let's see the opposite. So I have in mind to make these facial shape keys to like combine with this motion of the same bones, so they will tend to help these expressions. This is experimental, or I need to see how Kamal has made this in Universal Sonic Rig, how the shape keys are activated. I have other free sonic models who use that technique from other artists, and maybe they have different solutions for all that. Yeah, so here let's see what I need to, yeah, the arcades, right? Let's look at the arcades here. The arcades, actually the mouth control things, and let's see what we can do here. Here, cloths. So let's see. Yeah, so these automations are not. That will take a while until I figure out a better. I've just made some extra thing here, so it's not gonna work right away. Let's look at this, how this is. Okay, this we've got some problem here. Yeah, always the clipping with the arcades, they are too big. So some amount of this can happen usually in the Universal Sonic Mouth rig. So, but the important thing is that oh, I'm using the, okay, maybe this was messing up some of the, so this setup maybe is not ready. Yeah, certainly not ready. This is, I've done it in a hurry, and maybe it requires a few more adaptations. But considering only the lips, right? Only the lips rig, they are improving. We can do some fancy things, but not. It's hard, still hard, especially without proper automation, right? So my idea is that the arcades have some. So this I was testing. Yeah, I need a bone to move the lips, but not the arcade, so a conjunction of lips. So some sort of proportional posing, or main top lip, main bottom lip. I had this, it was this one, but now they also carry the arcade. They deform the arcades a bit like this equivalence, but for the side. So this was something that I've implemented right now, and I need to find a way to. So this was a problem of the character design, the arcades to move in sync with the lips. It's very easy to have gaps because of the muzzle thing, right? Because it's not the orientations, right, of the face, they change, so it's very sensible. Here we have some problems with this. If this is not carrying the arcades, yeah, this should be carrying the arcades. I think I'm missing some. There's some setup that yeah, because I've disconnected the arcades from these bones here, so this is why this is failing. So I was attempting some new different things in principle. There is a way to make the pivoting a dynamic pivoting, because yeah, the pivot should occur in regarding the interior of this muzzle ghost, which is deformable. So this is very hard because this surface is not very regular, despite, yeah, I should probably do this, right? This should improve slightly, but it might not be sufficient. It can help a little though, and yeah, so here the arcades are not there. So anyways, there are many improvements here, but there is still, in my opinion, a lot of more work to do until I can say that this is ready for the expression that I want. At some point I need to get more reference. So the real, just to share this another time, the real, besides my drawings that I don't have right now here, I should make these plans, right, of the expression that I want. But a good reference would be, for example, this, let's see, I should have this somewhere here. In Pinterest, has been hotel. So basically, yeah, so you see these expressions here, mouth, cartoony mouth expression. This show and character design is really good in terms of expressions, I think. And so this is too wild for 3D, but it's achievable with very, very good rigging. And if I can do this, just this is the 3D cartoon is garbage. So this is the kind of thing that, so I want to achieve not exactly this character design, right? But no, but it reminds a bit my style, but there are interactions. So is the shape of the muzzle, sometimes the eyes, the a little the proportions and the gesture drawing of this stuff. But essentially, this is much more dramatic and more cartoony than what I do. Is more close to anime, I think. And so, but there are many similarities, and but I like very much how they do the facial expressions. They exaggerate in very good, excellent ways usually, and there's some crazy stuff also. I'm not particularly fan of the crazy mouse there, but it's good. It's I must say that it's great, and so it's not exactly those types that I'm trying to reach, but something close to that could be good also. So this. So this is sort of the reference that inspirational reference that I'm using, and I believe it's possible, but I don't know yet what it takes. If you see the variety of expressions, if you keep looking at that, it's not too far from many American cartoon TV shows or of recent times. So it's not like super original, like it's just very well done, right, and creative, and they probably explore new stuff. It's a great combination. So the variety of the mouth, for example, look, it's really very rich, and the eyelash is also crazy, and the eyes expression, the eye, so everything there is very, even the bodies they explore. So anyways, this I'm using as a ref for these mouths, but it's still very challenging. So right now my model You see these shapes, they are not smooth enough. Maybe I would require, who knows, more subdivision, more bones on the lips. Yeah, subdivisions. Wow, it's not doing anything to the lips, strangely. Okay, so I don't know, but yeah, so bendy bones I have tried. So you can have curvy, and maybe I should try again. So you can have curvy shapes, but maybe for some expressions that I want, this is not enough, right? So this is an interesting thought. And yeah, there's also the problem of the character design, right? Even if I get good expressions, they are not necessarily good the expressions that the character design needs. So this is hardcore difficulty, folks. Uh, it's very easy to make poor expressions, and yeah, so, but I'm getting closer and closer to a good solution. So I think eventually this I might be actually pretty close to the final result, and without reaching maximum expression of those reference, if I can reach like just 40%, that's already good vision. Right now I think I'm just at 10%, 15%, because alright folks, so I think that's it for the stream today. Was ended up being longer than I expected, but we got progress, so that still matters. So thanks for watching, folks. Thanks for being around, Dumuzi. Thanks for the recommendation there of the scaling thing. Shrink scale, Alt S shortcut. So very important. Take care, folks, and happy blending. Have a nice week. See you tomorrow for more, or any other day, especially weekday. See ya, folks.